In today's take, I want to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers and the true test they have going against the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. Now, before we get into that, though, please like, subscribe, also hit the notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. We put out content every day, so you won't miss any content here. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this. So when I say the Lakers are going to have a test tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks, I believe it's definitely going to be a test for them. Now, I believe the Lakers are going to come out and they're going to try to come out and throw the first punch. I definitely believe that Russell Westbrook is going to try to definitely implement and get his triple-double, but I think he's going to try to have a 25, 30-point triple-double instead of like a 15 to 20-point triple-double. I definitely believe he's going to try to do that. And when, if that happens, that's good, but it's only good if he's going to shoot efficient from the field and not really struggle, shoot like 9 for 30 from the field and have like 8 turnovers with a triple-double. It really just doesn't make any sense, and it really doesn't equate to winning, and it's never going to equate to winning, which is specifically the reason why Russell Westbrook has always been a loser pretty much most of his career, up until the time, I guess, when he was around Kevin Durant. When Kevin Durant was on OKC, they was a winning team, but that was mainly because of Kevin Durant, not because of Russ, because Russ is just not, a winning type player. He can win you a lot of games in the regular season, but playoffs is just not his thing. It's almost like he's he's allergic to it, and it just doesn't work for him. But tonight's game is going to be a test because I think Chris Middleton comes back for the Bucks. So when you look at tonight's game and everything like that, this is a test for the Lakers. They're going to be on the road, not at home, no home cooking, no family. Everybody's just, all for themselves on the road. You're the away team, and you're going into a crowd against a team where they know it's prime time. You know it's a prime time game, and they're gonna definitely try to beat you by 20 points easily. And that's exactly that's easily their mentality in this game, because they definitely want to make a statement for themselves to let everybody know last year wasn't a fluke. So when the Bucks play teams like the Lakers, they're definitely going to get up for this opportunity, and they definitely want to, and I definitely don't blame them. But the Lakers should do the same thing. I definitely believe it's going to be a close game. I'm in this game. If I had to make a prediction or anything, I'm just going to go with the Bucks, 116 to 100. I think it's like I said, I think it's going to be close for the most part during the game, like up to like the third quarter, late third quarter. But then I think the Bucks are kind of just going to, fled the scene and kind of escape and, take the lead, up a little bit more. And then I think maybe by mid fourth quarter, I think it'll be out of contention for the Lakers. I think the Bucks might actually end up being up by like 15, 20 points. And I could be wrong about my prediction, but that's just how I see it, because when I look at the Lakers, I see a lot of turnovers. I see a lot of mistakes. And I see a lot of doubt in the team. When Anthony Davis, one of the superstars of the team, comes out and say a few days ago that this team is not good enough to win a championship, or this team is not championship ready, that's a huge, doubtful, insightful speech, or that's a doubtful statement from a player on a team that is a superstar. You don't ever want to hear your superstars talk like that. And when you do hear them talk like that, something has to change. Now, I don't know if they're going to stick with Russell throughout the whole season. I feel like they should, since they acquired him. But, trade deadline, who knows? If this thing doesn't get right how the Lakers would like to see it, they might actually trade Russell by the trade deadline, or maybe by All-Star break. You never know. It's a really wild league in the NBA, so you can't, you got to expect the unexpected when it comes to the NBA. But at the same time, if Russell doesn't find a way to cut down on some of the turnovers and don't lead the league in turnovers, it's going to bode well for the Lakers a lot more. And when you're playing against teams like the Bucks, who are kind of more so, a well-oiled machine compared to the Lakers, it's going to make it tough to beat a team like this. And I'm not saying the Lakers can't win. I'm not saying they're not going to win tonight, because they can go out there and, have the game of their life and play the way they're supposed to. And Russ can only have 2 turnovers with 25 points, 9 assists and 10 rebounds. And, Anthony Davis can have his 30 plus points and shoot efficient while he's doing it. But at the same time, you're going to play against a team with Giannis, the reigning Finals MVP, who's going to get his as well. And Chris Middleton's coming back, something that they've been missing, a huge piece of their so-called big three that's been missing these last several games. And Drew Holiday is a good defensive player himself who can knock down a shot. So you're going to play against a team with those type players, along with the good role players they have. Bobby Portis, underrated role player. I mean, when you look at the Bucks, honestly, they have the better team because they got more chemistry. You see what I'm saying? And you can even factor in, I mean, honestly, I thought the Bucks made a really, really good move in getting Grayson Allen. How good has Grayson Allen been on the Milwaukee Bucks this season? He has been a revelation for them. He has been all they needed. He has been everything they needed plus more. He has been that extra shooter that they've been looking for the last couple of years that they can depend on so far this season. Now, of course, you guys see how he does in the playoffs when it really matters, but that's a long way away. So far this season, he has been, lights out for them. And he is kind of made up for what Chris Middleton does. Chris Middleton is a shooter, and he takes a lot of, big threes, makes a lot of big threes. And so far this season, Grayson Allen has took that role and secured it. So, they got an extra piece now, either coming off the bench, however they choose to use them, along with DiVincenzo, I think, and a couple other players they have, and Bobby Portis. And, to me, their team is stacked. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be tough for the Lakers to beat the Bucks. It's going to be tough for the Lakers to, outplay them on either end of the floor, if you ask me. But we'll see how this game goes. But the schedule is going to get tougher for the Lakers going forward, and the Lakers are just going to have to be prepared for it. Now, I think they're going to get LeBron James back. I think tonight, even though LeBron is coming back, I still think the Bucks are going to win, because I don't know if even if LeBron does come back tonight, I don't know if he's going to be on limited minutes restriction or something like that, or who knows. LeBron they got to take it easy on LeBron. LeBron is older, and even though a lot of people want to give him the fountain of youth type thing, but he is older, and he's starting to rack up a lot of injuries here the last couple seasons. I mean, it seems like that anyway. And the fact that he's older, I don't feel like he has to sit there and try his best to carry a team so much this early in the season, because they're flailing and they're not, excelling the way they should be. So, I mean, I don't know how much they're going to put on LeBron James, or how much he's going to, play, if he does play. But I still think the Bucks are winning the game, because I think the Bucks have more chemistry. They're more together. And I don't know, they just look more like a well-oiled machine type team compared to the Lakers. I'm not saying the Bucks are a well-oiled machine, but compared to the Lakers, they are. Because, I mean, they play a lot more concise. They play a lot more within their means, and they play more like a team that's been around each other a lot longer and understand each other and understand, what the next man does, and they all understand their role. And the way they play, I just don't think the Lakers are going to be able to counteract that or override, what they do as a team, because I just think they're the better team in the situation. But hey, that's my take on the situation. Leave any comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And hey, Cali out.